What's going on, guys? Gomes here, back again on another MLB The Show 20 video. The live streams are finally here. The news is just rolling in at this point. Ton of stuff to cover about MLB The Show 20. In this one, we're going to talk about the brand new defensive features. And spoiler alert, there are a lot of them. I am very excited on the defensive front. You guys probably know I really hold my pride right there. I like to play good defensive players, and I like when ratings matter. You should be rewarded because sometimes things are out of your hands. So we're going to be going over a lot of that today, looking at some trailer footage, some footage from the live stream as well, and just a deep dive so you can really get the feel of how gameplay is going to play. Really, it should just make ratings matter more and make you have to think. So there is going to be a little bit more user skill and importance on user input. So as always, if you guys do enjoy these, make sure to leave a like down below. It definitely helps a lot. And subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet. Really want to hit 20,000 before we get to MLB The Show 20. You have been great so far. Let's keep it up. Let's get right into it. Now let's go ahead, look at some footage and dive into the gameplay. Everything you're going to see is either from the trailers we've seen or the developer live streams. So for defense, very big focus. Over 700 brand new animations that were added, and they want to make ratings matter more and also have you think about what you're doing on the defensive front. There's been big changes to the home run robbing and the catcher blocking system, as you'll see very shortly, and some huge features we're going to talk about in just a little bit. But yeah, right here you're going to see a diving catch by Shane Victorino, new legend. Hopefully the spectacular catch is going to be a more often thing we're going to see in the home run robbing. New animations and reactions as far as that goes. Would like to see those happen more, but once again, do not want it to be overpowered. Then the catching blocking, Wilson Ramos, not a great defensive catcher, misses his block, and then Tucker Barnhart and a couple other guys gonna make blocks right there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on to our first big feature, the Extreme Catch Indicator. The Extreme Catch Indicator is gonna cover the basis of those tough sinking liners for outfielders. Right here you can see a not great defender going after it. He's going to bobble the ball. You're really gonna have to think about who you have. Byron Buxton, he's gonna go after it and make a nice diving catch. The red ring is going to start to close, and that's when you can start to tell when you're going to want to hit the dive button. Here we have Max Kepler, a gold defender. This is another option you can use. You can stay back and wait for the ball to get to you. So if you want to be more conservative, that is going to be a good option. So bottom line, if you have a bad defender like we see in left field, I think that's Mark Trumbo or Trey Mancini, don't go after the ball, because a lot of times you won't get it. It's going to go past you, or you're going to bobble it. You'll be better off just waiting back on it and collecting it. And then if you have a better defender like a really Max Kepler, probably could make that play with a gold shield as well, or a Byron Buxton, an elite diamond fielder, that is when you want to try and go after it and try to hit the timing window with that red closing ring. This is something brand new we're going to be seeing. This is a little preview, a little scouting report on what everybody has as far as defensive ratings go. This is going to be very helpful. Now, I believe they said it's R3 or L3, being the analog sticks, of course, that you have to push down to see this, to preview it. So that's pretty simplistic, and I think this is going to help so much, because there's so many times that, you know, I may not know exactly who my opponent has in the outfield. So when it comes down to, should I run on this guy, should I not, this is going to help you find out. So let's say I have a runner on second base and I hit a single and I'm considering going home. Looking at everything, if it's hit to left field, 66 arm strength and 51 arm accuracy, I think I might be able to get there. Center field, 97 arm strength. I'm probably going to hold up at third base, and then right field, the nice balance at 79 in between the pretty poor and very good arm strength. So you're going to have to take these things into account when considering when to take an extra base. Next up, talking about first step system. You might have seen this in the past where they try to make defensive ratings matter on how quick you're going to react to a ball, and they really revolutionized that here. Here we have Nick Markakis, kind of stumbles out of the gate, doesn't get on the ball very fast. Charlie Blackmon, very slow, as is Austin Meadows, all not great defenders. And then Harrison Bader moves right to it. JD Martinez, again, pretty slow to move over there. There's going to be 3 different tiered tiered systems. The first one you're seeing right now is the fastest reaction you can possibly have to a ball. Keep in mind, no matter how good your rating is, you're always going to move in the right direction eventually. Here's the second tiered system where it's a little bit delayed, and yeah, you see it once again right here. Now keep in mind, there are 8 total flight paths to the ball. You're always going to go into the right one that is not chosen for you, but is always going to be the correct one. And then you're going to see the difference. Here is the slowest one you can have. He moves his right foot, then his left foot, and then finally starts to get on his horse and move over towards the ball. So in the grand scheme of things, this is not going to be a 2-second delay in getting to the ball, but it could be just a bit of difference and make that extra little ground that he has to cover. And at the end of the day, this could be the difference between catching a ball or just coming up a bit short. The outfield throw home indicator is a new innovative system to really separate a good throw from the perfect throw. So if you hit the little notch, the little meter, you are going to fire it right where the catcher is going to be making the tag, which would be a very good outcome. You're usually going to get the out. Of course, the arm strength is still going to matter. So this plays in effect with your arm accuracy. Right here, the throw, it is green, but it is not perfect. It's still good. It's still manageable, but it's not as good as it could be. So the arm accuracy is going to be into effect in deciding how big the green throw meter is going to be, as well as the perfect throw meter. So usually that attribute was more of an afterthought. This time it is actually going to hold a lot more bearing, and you're going to have to keep that in mind, not just look at a player's arm strength. We're going to talk about this a little bit more in a few minutes, but once again, here we have another play. He's going to make the throw to the cutoff, and this time it is a perfect throw right on the gun, right where the catcher is waiting for it. Once again, this throw is going to be green, but not quite perfect, and it's off to the side, making the tag a little bit more difficult. Here's a perfect throw right on the money, right in time in order to get the base runner. This one, a yellow throw, of course, it's going to be up the line and not perfect. So it's going to matter your rating and also your skill. You're going to want to hit the perfect. Green is good, but not quite good enough sometimes. This one's going to be pretty short and sweet. Improved blocking. We touched on this a bit in the intro, and we're going to show you some clips to differentiate the different blocking. Now, first of all, this is a position player. No business being out there. It's not going to be close. You're not going to want to try that. It's been bad in the past. It's going to be even worse this year. Next up, we have, I believe, Dustin Gatterall. He has around a 70 blocking rating. The big difference you're going to notice is he's not fully down. You see the separation in the legs, the 5-hole, that ball can go through. Here we have Roberto Perez of the Indians with a 90+ block rating. He gets down there, he keeps it right in front of him, so it's really going to make a difference. Also, they touched on the fact the collision issues, it should no longer be an issue. Ball should no longer go through your catcher and back to the backstop. So catchers should be big improved in MLB 20. And last but not least, the button accuracy changes. Of course, this is a different type of throw meter you can use, and it's gonna be different this year. It's gonna be harder to do. The notch in the middle has been sped up, so that at the front is going to be harder to hit your spots. Then if it's a tough play like this, it is not going to be easy. The window is going to close, and it's going to be much more difficult to make an on-target throw. Remember, green equals good, yellow means you're gonna be making an error. So it's really as simple as that. Here's a nice little chart to show you how the ratings are going to affect. On top, we have Justin Turner in the infield. Bottom, we have Nolan Arenado. Justin Turner's green for a hard play sliding is much lower than Nolan Arenado's. Likewise, for a routine play, it's a bit different, but not all that much. And then it's going to work the same way for the outfield as we talked about. The top is Chuck Nasty, the bottom is Cody Bellinger. It's going to be easier on you to make a good throw with those higher tiered, higher arm accuracy players. So it's going to make a big difference. I know some people in the beta were kind of turned off by it because it is kind of difficult. And I know there's not a whole lot of footage. They didn't actually show much of this at all. So this is what you're going to get in the background. These are sense of urgency plays, but also a big thing for the button accuracy. you get one try. You might have noticed that in the beta, and in the past few games, since the button accuracy meter's been there, if you don't get it, you can just try again. This time, you get one try for that base. So let's say if I'm a left fielder trying to throw home, and I get a yellow throw. Obviously, I want to try and get him. I don't want to make an error. I'm going to have to go with that, or I can change to try to throw to third base or the cutoff man, and then I'll get another shot. But if you want to throw to that base, home plate, and you got a yellow throw, you're going to have to stick with that result. I like it. If you want to make a good throw, you got to focus on defense, and that's a big thing. They don't want people to sit back and just do whatever the hell they want. They want defense to matter, and from what I saw, they've got a good balance between ratings and user input. I am super excited. But that's going to do it for this video. Like I said, brand new defensive features. I'm very excited from what we have seen today. Of course, this is beta build. This is not all final, and even the stuff from the live stream also is not final. We still have a little bit over a month to go until MLB 20 comes out. I would love to hear what you guys think down below in the comment section. What are you most excited for about the new defensive features? I think the extreme catch indicator is going to be great because it really has to make you think, do I want to go full throttle nuts to butts, try and make the play, or am I going to play conservative and let him get a base hit? Because you have to think, if I have a good defender or a bad defender, if it's a bad defender, I probably don't want to try and make a diving catch, so turn a single into possibly a triple if they're very speedy. So that's another aspect you have to think about it. I'm very excited from what we saw. Later on today, we're going to be talking about it in the new hitting features, so make sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe to the channel so you guys are alerted for that video as well. If you guys did enjoy this one, make sure to leave a like down below. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks, I'm Saudi.